Today I'm going to show you how to tie a redneck fly. The redneck fly is not a Kentucky fly. It's not a hillbilly fly. It's called the redneck fly. I developed this fly when I started using red thread on flies. And the redneck fly part of it is the behind the head is going to be red, which is the neck. And I'm going to show you how to tie this fly. You can tie this in any color you want, but I'm going to tie this one kind of yellow and chartreuse. I'm using today, you can use any kind of fur, marabou, whatever you want, but I'm using yellow Arctic fox. I used to take and use, and I still do, but I'll use a yellow feather. It doesn't matter for the tail feathers, okay? And it doesn't matter the length of this tail that you cut or you're going to use. My thing is, and I'm not into lengths or, it has to be this length, that length. You can make it any length you want, and sometimes I make the tail a little long, sometimes I make it a little short. We'll tie it in at the back. And a couple loose wraps, like they say. We'll straighten the top of it up. See, that's what I want. Bring the red, and I'm using red thread, 70 denier. You see the tail. We'll cut this off. I don't need, and a lot of times I'll take this and cut what I just took and turn it into dubbing. So I don't usually throw that away. But now I'm going to use a yellow dubbing, and it's actually a yellow, flashy yellow, like a yellowish green or whatever, but it's more yellow than anything. Get a little bit of that. You don't have to do a lot because I'm making this body small. And now I don't use dubbing wax. And I don't spit on my flies, but I do use water. Spray a little water on my hand. And we're going to dub this, and the body's not going to be the biggest body in the world. You can make them a little bit fat, you make them a little bit skinny. Doesn't matter. And this fly is real simple, real easy to make. And just take the old dubbing. Okay. And we're just going to make a little fat body in the back with this dubbing. This is great. I could go a little bit bigger, but this is all I want. I found the smaller you tie this fly, it's crazy. You can catch big fish with it. Okay, so then we're going to bring this around, fix it. And we're going to trim off a little of this extra hanging on the outside here. So one thing we do, and I'm taking this red thread, going all the way up back to the front of the hook. Now I'm coming back. Now the next thing I use is green or chartreuse, whatever you want to call it. Kip tail, calf tail. I use a couple fibers of this. I don't get crazy with it. Just enough so the fish can see it. We'll cut some of that off. And we're going to put that on top. A couple loose wraps. And a lot of times I'll pull it forward to where I want it. Okay, that's where I want it. This is very simple to tie. You can tie it in any color you want. It's a good tie in black too. I don't know why, but you want the red thread. If you want a good fly, see, we're taking it all the way back up. I'm bringing it back again. But red thread. Don't know why. Don't know if it thinks it's bleeding or just sees in the water. Okay, next thing we're going to use is some flash, crystal flash. a couple strands of that. Cut too many off. You could consider it a wing case. I don't know. Really don't care. I developed this fly after about 3 years experimenting, and for some reason it works really, really good. And you can see how the fly is coming. So we're going to take the Crystal Flash, put it on top of the hook. Oh, and by the way, I'm using a size 10, I don't know if I said this or not, a size 10 dry fly hook and a size 1/8 inch bead. We're going to cut this off, let that span out, and then we're going to, not a lot, because we want this to slide. Going, when it flips upside down, and it will flip upside down, it goes back and forth. I don't know if it rattles. I have no clue. We're going to go ahead and whip finish it. And there we go. Let's see if I can give you a better look at this. But that is a redneck fly. Awesome fly. It will catch about any fish, but it is a good crappie fly. So thank you. I hope you tie it. I hope it works good. Actually, you can tie this in size 12. 12 works really good. 10, I use a dry fly hook. Any color you want, any color flash, but always use the red thread.